it ain't just my story, but it's a whole generational story. I always represented a voiceless generation of young niggas that was really in the street, of young niggas that was really shooters, of young niggas that was really getting money. I was one of those niggas that was really active. And when we went to jail, we really was active in the prison. You know, they got a lot going on YouTube now where they telling the stories of, you know, what was going on in the Fall building. I don't know if you've been catching wind to that. What was going on in the Fall building in the, you know, early 90s. And it's stories from niggas that was legends, that became legends in prison and prison systems. And the stories is legendary. And I just sit back and I say, wow, I was a part of that. My name come up in that. But I said I was a part of that. But the difference between me and them is that I got an opportunity to live. I got an opportunity to, those years not my best years. I'm not living in the past.
Right.
You understand? So I got an opportunity to put my best foot forward, to get out here and to make a difference. You know, whether you love it, hate it, love it, or not.
Carve out a different path.
You know, I feel you on that because that's my generation. And I came from that, I am that. But I gotta be honest, man, there was some monsters. Monsters that came from my generation.
Of course.
And if they wasn't locked up and they didn't do that 28, they might have been dead, and some other people out here that's walking around might have been dead.
I identify with that because I felt like I would have been dead.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, you know, I identify with that truly, but, you know, that goes back to what I was saying about not having the guidance or the understanding and to be lost, you know, because that's really what we were. And it's sad when you really think about, you know, the men that's in their 40s now, they lost their whole childhoods, you know, in the prison system because, you know, them coming up, before they got in the prison system, we already was lost. We was already in Sparfit. We was already in the group homes. We was already in DFY. We was already going through shit that maybe we shouldn't have been going through. So that's the real story. So, you know, I had a meeting with the mayor. Everybody saw that. And the meeting, a lot of people, I see people talking about it, they don't know what they're talking about. The thing was, there was talk about banning drill music. And I said, well, if you want to talk about, you can't make a blatant statement about banning drill music without actually speaking to the premier drill artists. So I was with Fivio. Shout out to Fivio. I love that boy, right?
Shout out to Fivio.
Right, he came to me, he said, yo, big homie, they talking this, and this. I said, listen, I'm gonna make a call, we're gonna figure it out, and we're gonna try to organize a meeting. And we went up there, and my thing with the mayor was this. I wanted to first introduce him to what drill music really was. Drill music is a sound, it's not an action. You understand? It's a sound, it's not an action, right? So you could get the beat, right? You could talk about love on the beat. I can get the same beat and talk about my enemies, right? So is it the music or is it the user, right? So you got people that drive cars. Millions of cars on the road every day. Some people drive fast and recklessly. Some people drive cautiously. So is it the car fault that this nigga ran up?
Well, what does the drill mean?
The drill, I think, is from the content of what was being spoke about on the music, right?
Right.
You know what it is. We understand. Doing drills, we spinning. Yeah. It's the same shit been going on in the ghetto since before we was born.
Right.
Niggas been sitting around waiting for their enemies to come outside, go to work or go to school or whatever, and been tightening niggas up. This has been going on. This is not new.
Right.
So whether you call it drill, we call it spinning, or we just call we sitting, or we laying, it's the same thing. What are you talking about?
So that today we ain't laying on them. We just said that today.
We laying on the nigga. Like,
we just said that shit today. We was like, yo, laying on the nigga.
It's the same thing. Right. The music just heightens it. And some of the music, I understand. Some of the music, some of what's being said is like, I want to tell these young niggas, I want to say, damn, boy, look. Understand that, and this is what I do tell them. if you actually doing some shit, law enforcement gonna do their job.
Yeah.
And part of their job is to listen to what the fuck you talking about and watch the videos that you actually going back and forth at.
And they do that.
So,
and they've been doing it.
Yeah, so
At least 10,
you gotta-
12 years.
20
I remember
years.
shooting videos for Smack.
And they on it.
And the boys pull up and go, yo, Math. And I'm like, yeah, we watched the Smacks.
How many years people thought Hip Hop Police was fake? Like, that was
Nah,
a good...
shit, that's a
And
real
when we was in the game, we knew they was really real
but
because
outside of the game,
they was
people
hollering your name for real, walking to the
But
store.
we going too far into the future. Too far into the future. Slow walk this one. Abandoned buildings, crack everywhere. The guys that's the role models are the guys that's around. The people who got jobs, they go to their jobs. The jobs get better, they move the fuck out the hood. So who are we left to see? Who's still there with us? The guys getting money.
Right.
Now you witnessed those guys. You became a part of that lifestyle. You went to jail for kidnapping. How many years did you do?
I did 10 years.
10 years.
Could have been home in 5, but
We was catching wreck in there.
You was from Brooklyn. It's
Yeah.
understandable.
It's understandable.
It's understandable. You was from Brooklyn.
yeah,
And you went in young, too.
yeah, I did. I think I did.
What led to that situation?
He didn't say
To which
nothing.
situation?
to the actual kidnapping?
That was the plane that we was on. Meaning, we was already in that zone. We was already doing things in that nature. You know, I never made myself out to be the biggest gangster, or I never made myself out to be, you know, a victim. You know, I would say that I was actively, wholeheartedly, 100% involved, all the way.
Right.
At that time, I never knew or never wanted to be anything other than what I was. So, you know, that actual crime really wasn't far-fetched from any other thing that we was actually doing.
All right. So you guys came up with this plan. We're gonna get the plug.
Right.
Walk me through that.
We didn't know what we was doing. As simple as that. We didn't know what we was doing. Phone calls were too long. You know, law enforcement had something back in the days called the trap, where if you was on the phone for a minute, they were able to trace that back. And that was really what it was. We was putting the phone calls and saying, yo, we want this and we want that. You know, we was young niggas. We were very inexperienced in this area. When I say that it wasn't far-fetched from us doing this. This was a small graduation from the things that we had done. We had done some shit.
Right.
But the phone calls were too long. Law enforcement was able to trace the calls and basically come get us. Simple as that.
So how'd you get found? Meaning that
Just like that.
no, meaning that you said that you was lost in the streets and all that, right? So after you did all of that stuff, when did you get found? When did you find yourself in jail? Like, what was the decision
When
to start?
you started that sentence, who's in court with you when you were being sentenced? Was anybody there?
I want to say my mother.
You want to say?
Yeah, because
It's
my
blurry.
Mother, it's blurry then. My mother, I had a girl back then. You know, I was a popular young nigga, so I had a lot of girls back then.
Right.
But I had a girl back then, Nakaya. I think she was there. I had family there. I think my little brother was locked up at the time. Well, I never thought about that. It's been so many years since I thought about that, since on my sentencing. But you know, I was fortunate. I had a lot of support when I was as a young nigga, right? Anybody that ever did a bid with me, was up north with me, or would tell you that, you know, I always got a lot of visits. You know, a lot of girls would come see me. I was a popular young nigga before prison, and I was popular in jail. I was very popular. Yeah. You know, popularity didn't come with music for me. You know, anybody that knows me would tell you that, that really knows me. So I always had a lot of activity around me, as far as like a lot of visits. You know, a lot of different girls was coming down to see my whole time. It was all girls and my homies. A lot of homies would come and see me, you know, a lot of my friends. We was tight. And so, and I would have a lot of pictures. And wherever jail I was in, a lot of people would like to see my pictures. And, you know, because I had pictures of niggas that was in the street, and I had pictures of Big, and I had pictures of Kim, and, you know, niggas wanted to see that. Right. You know, so,
you had
know,
a picture with Big?
I had it wasn't pictures with me. It was like my niggas in the street.
Pictures, yeah.
Right, because they was active. They was outside. Right. You know, and, you know, niggas want to see that. Yeah. You know, so those are some, without trying to make myself trying to be this gangster nigga, those are some of the small things that are highlights in my moment, in my life. Like having so many pictures that everybody from Brooklyn, oh man, you bring your pictures out, man. I heard you got pictures of everybody. Yeah. You know, niggas wanted to see that, you know? So it was dope. So, you know,
so you weren't like the come home, what's that? What's the cell phone?
Hell no.
You was getting all the information.
No, I came home, niggas, first of all, I came home twice, because I came home and then I caught a violation and came back home. Right. First came home, my niggas was outside, S500, brand new, 01, S500, black, outside, waiting for me. I get to the receiving room, they like, yo, you know, you need a bus ticket? I'm like, nope. Nope. I got my shit ready. I got I'll never forget, I came home in an iceberg history. Icebergs, you know, I had the Pepe Le Pew jeans suit.
Yeah, the Pepe Le Pew joint.
You know, that was, you understand? Mean. Boom. They like, yo, there's something, you know, them crackers up there, there's somebody with a black Mercedes Benz. Like, that's me. So I'm saying this to show you who I was before music. Like, I was important to somebody. Right. Before this. Right. I was important to niggas.
And that helped a lot during the bid.
Yes, niggas, I was taken care of. And I had a rough bid, meaning I made my bid rougher because I was always getting in trouble. I was in over 10 different prisons. Elmira, Comstock, Clinton, Auburn, Coxsackie. This one, I was always in the box. I did almost 4 years in the box.
How'd you keep your sanity in the... Oh, my fault.
Why'd they keep moving you around like that?
He was causing trouble everywhere.
No. I was having misunderstandings.
Pass me the lemonade on that, though, please. Let me get that, yeah. Please pass that to me.
I was having...
Shout out to Tropicana. Woo! Yeah, go ahead.
I was having misunderstandings as a young man.
It's hot for trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rappers. Got bars, I can hang with the backpackers. Trap star, I don't hang with the backpackers. I'm in the hood with the work, you heard. Making fiends leave earth, you heard. Got your baby mama thirst, you heard. Feel the flow, nigga, throw it in reverse. This the wave you need to surf, you heard.